The Dark Angels, the first legion of the 20 original Space Marine legions, have long been an enigma within the annals of Imperial history. Led by their Primarch, Lion L. Johnson, they stood resolute in their loyalty to the Emperor during the treacherous Horus Heresy, only to be reorganized and divided into several chapters during the Second Founding. Among these chapters, one retained the original Legion's name and assets, while all the descendants of the Dark Angels continued to be bound together in their quest to hunt down their fallen brethren, the Fallen. Being amongst the most powerful and secretive of the Loyalist Space Marine Chapters, the Dark Angels have stood first among their brethren since their inception during the First Founding in the 30th millennium. Pledged to the service of the Emperor, their actions at times seem at odds with their professed loyalty, for above all else, the Dark Angels seek to atone for a heinous crime of betrayal committed over 10,000 standard years ago during the Horus Heresy. Mystery and ambiguity shroud the origins of the Dark Angels. Few Imperial records remain of their early days, and even their deeds during the Emperor's Great Crusade have been mostly expunged from history. Legend speaks of a time when the Dark Angels were on the brink of heresy, and an act of terrible betrayal tarnished the honour of the First Legion and hence its successor chapters. The Dark Angels' deepest shame stems from the Horus Heresy, during which some of their brethren succumbed to the temptations of chaos. The renegades were ultimately defeated, but the surviving traitor Dark Angels, known as the Fallen Angels or the Fallen, were cast adrift through space and time by the Chaos God's intervention. To restore their honour and regain the Emperor's trust, the Dark Angels have vowed to find and either redeem or eliminate all of the Fallen. This hidden history has shaped the Dark Angels into a secretive and monastic chapter, deeply devoted to worship and prayer. Their ranks are organised into various levels, and only as individuals rise through the ranks do they gain more knowledge about the chapter's past. The highest ranking members, known as the Inner Circle, are privy to the most dreadful truth of the Dark Angels' past, hidden away from the majority of their brethren. Despite their elusive nature, the Dark Angels boast an impressive record of battle honours, rivaled only by their successor chapters. They have fought valiantly across the Imperium and beyond, facing every threat to humanity. Yet unlike other celebrated chapters like the Blood Angels or the Ultramarines, the Dark Angels shun fame and adulation. The chapter's aloofness extends even to their interactions with other Astartes chapters. When joining larger military operations or Imperial crusades, the Dark Angels retain a distinct sense of detachment, pursuing their own enigmatic objectives. Frequently, they collaborate with their fellow unforgiven successor chapters of the original Dark Angels Legion. United by the Inner Circle, these chapters work closely together, with the highest ranked among them often leading joint operations. The Inner Circle's primary purpose is to pursue the relentless hunt for the Fallen. Dark Angels chaplains permanently attached to a company play a crucial role in this endeavour by hearing the confessions of their brothers and keeping a watchful eye for signs of the Fallen's presence. Upon detecting such traces, the Inner Circle mobilises the Unforgiven forces to eliminate the threat. While much of the Unforgiven's efforts are dedicated to the hunt for the Fallen, the majority of the Dark Angels have no knowledge of this mission. Instead, they are warned against heresy and taught to revere the eternal hunt for those who betray their oaths. Sermons delivered by company chaplains speak of legendary figures betrayed by their own, serving as part of a slow and deliberate process to gauge the Brethren's reactions. Only upon ascending to the inner circle does a battle brother receive partial revelation, with the deepest secrets reserved for the highest tiers of the chapter's leadership. The extent of a Dark Angel's knowledge about their chapter's shame depends on their rank and the level of trust bestowed upon them by the agents of the inner circle. Some higher ranked brethren, despite exceptional service, are never inducted into the inner circle, as doubts arise about their ability to handle the truth. Such Astartes may never progress much further in the ranks, as the chapter's top echelons are wholly dedicated to the unending hunt for the Fallen. The enigmatic nature of the Dark Angels has given rise to numerous rumours and speculation throughout the Imperium. Some believe that their secret shame is far darker and more profound than the known story of the Fallen. Whispers of hidden alliances, ancient pacts, and concealed knowledge surround the chapter. The truth remains elusive, obscured by layers of secrecy maintained for millennia. Beyond the quest to hunt down the Fallen, the Dark Angels continue to serve the Imperium with unmatched zeal and devotion. They have faced countless threats, from rampaging orc wargs to insidious chaos incursions, and they have emerged victorious in the face of adversity. Their tactics are honed to perfection, and their battle brothers are among the finest warriors in the galaxy. However, the burden of their hidden shame weighs heavily upon the chapter's collective soul. The quest for redemption is eternal, and the price of atonement is high. The Fallen are not easily found, and the Dark Angels relentlessly pursue them across the stars. The pursuit of these wayward brethren sometimes takes the Dark Angels to the farthest reaches of the galaxy, embarking on perilous journeys where the line between truth and heresy becomes blurred. The hunt for the Fallen is not without challenges and moral dilemmas. Some of the Fallen may have repented and sought redemption on their own, while others have embraced chaos and become monstrous foes. Distinguishing between the penitent and the irredeemable is a complex task that weighs on the minds of the inner circle. Despite the Dark Angels' best efforts to keep their secrets safe, whispers and hints of their hidden past have leaked beyond their ranks. Rumours have spread across the Imperium, prompting curious inquisitors, rogue traders, and others to seek answers. Some have even dared to inquire directly to the chapter, although the Dark Angel's response to such inquiries is usually cryptic, if not outright hostile. The Unforgiven chapters, descendants of the Dark Angels, share in the quest for redemption and the hunt for the Fallen. They stand united, bound by a shared legacy and a common goal. In times of dire need, the Unforgiven have come together as a formidable force, drawing strength from their shared history and resolve. The Dark Angels remain one of the Imperium's most enigmatic and powerful Space Marine chapters. Their ancient crime of betrayal and the pursuit of redemption through the eternal hunt for the Fallen have shaped their destiny for millennia. Veiled in secrecy and bound by their hidden past, the Dark Angels continue to serve the Emperor and the Imperium. Their actions driven by a higher purpose and an unbreakable oath. As the galaxy teems with threats and heresies, the Unforgiven stand ready to face the darkness, driven by the hope of redemption and the legacy of their Primarch.